I just wanted to take a quick minute in this video to draw the attention of those of you who may not be familiar with it to the schematic view, which is one of the different viewport options that you have here. The schematic view basically lays out all of the items that you have in your scene as just little boxes like this, little nodes, whatever you want to call them. In a way, it's kind of like being able to pick things in a viewport, but it's also like being able to pick things in a scene editor, and you'll see that if you right click on items, you have some of the nice simple menu items that you get in Scene Editor for setting colours, renaming and so on. One of the other handy things that you can do in the schematic editor is quick parenting. If you take an item, have it selected like this, hold down the control key and click another item, boom, they parent. The thing you had selected becomes parented to the thing which you clicked on. You can see that this parent-child relationship, just as it works within the scene space itself, is also working here within the schematic space. So when I move the parent, the child comes along with it, and when I move the child, it does not. That schematic behavior, along with a couple of other things, can be toggled here in the schematic view tab of the display preferences, where you can change things like the draw style of the connecting arrows. You can choose to drag or not drag descendant items around in the schematic view like that. And also you can turn on little additional arrows to show plugin or goal item links. I usually find it best to keep these guys turned off most of the time in rigging, as you'll have a lot of plugin links or goal item links and so on scattered throughout your rig, and the schematic just becomes a mess of lines. It's very hard to see what's going on. So that's nice, and the quick control parenting gives you a quick and easy way to just parent things together quickly without having to scroll through lists of items or drag stuff around in the scene editor. The other great use for the schematic is to provide an item layout that's quickly accessible. One of the things, of course, that Lightwave lacks is any kind of character panel item picker type interface. And in fact, that's not such an unusual thing. When you see these things done in Maya, Maya doesn't really have one by default either. These have been built custom by people for specific characters. And there are certainly a couple of third-party plugin ones that you can get for Lightwave. Generally, you'll find they're a bit imperfect. They don't work for every situation, or different ones have got slightly different issues, stuff like that. But what the schematic allows you to do if you lay out your items as you're creating them is to create something not too dissimilar to a simple rudimentary character picker that lets you pick items quickly from here without having to fumble around in the viewport for them. What you will find that you have to do, there are a couple of tools available in Lightwave to auto lay out the schematic view, and they can help to tidy it up, but the best practice is just to lay things out as you go along like this, to keep it all tidy and managed. It's also, of course, of great help when you're rigging. If you set up, say, one side of your character first, you can see exactly what item is parented to what other item on this side. And consequently, when you're building the other side, you don't have to fiddle around to remember what's parented to what. You can just see very quickly and make exactly the same sorts of relationships there. So it's also a nice way of being able to visualize your rig and its structure. So there we go, Lightwave's schematic view. Do try and make use of it. You will find it a very helpful little tool.